In this video, I'm supposed to show you why uploading full-length webinars to YouTube is bad. But not because I want to, it's because, well, I'm dead. And for me to leave the spirit realm, I need you to understand that unless your webinar has broad search appeal or high search interest, it doesn't belong on YouTube. You see, 2 weeks ago, I was uploading a 42-minute webinar to YouTube called Video Strategy for First-Time Plumbers, and just as the upload was nearing completion, everything just sort of went blurry, my anxiety went through the roof, and it felt like my world was ending, and then all of a sudden, nothingness. I was like, hello? What's going on? Where am I? And then I heard it. You're dead, you died, oh no, my, you're dead, you died. If you want to live, just stop with webinars on YouTube, you died. And that's when I woke up here in this woodsy void, not really understanding why I got here or how. There are some benefits to being here though. They give you this full body sweatpants, sweatshirt combo, a mic for good sound, and all the Slim Jims you could eat for some reason. Oh yeah. That happens about every 8 minutes here. Well, the good news is that I've been told by the powers that be, which here, I don't know, I guess is a cat god with the voice of Macho Man Randy Savage for some reason. They told me that if I can convince even one person, hopefully you, to stop putting their webinars on YouTube, that I can go home. That's what you said, right? Oh, yeah. So join me on the Redemption Express and let's get started. Bye-bye. First stop, Chop It Up Station. So besides being too long and too boring for YouTube, most webinars are uploaded without any pruning. But guess what? They're like your grandparents' digestive tract. They need pruning. I'm talking about the stuff that doesn't belong, okay? So open up your favorite editing program. I like Premiere and get going. You want to start with that first 2 minutes where you keep reminding your attendees that
we're gonna get going in a couple minutes here. We're just waiting for some more folks to hop on, okay?
Shh, cut that, cut that. The initial attendees already had to sit through that nonsense, so why would you make people that are watching it after it already happened sit through the same thing? No, cut that. Next, take a look at the Q&A section and ask yourself, are all these questions helpful or useful?
Yeah, I got a question. My buddy Jason films like plumbing how-to videos, and he films with his phone up. And one day he just knocked her right in the toilet with his elbow, and he asked me to ask you, is that footage still usable? Because believe you me, it is wet.
Look, if they all make sense, leave them in. But if they diminish the overall value of your webinar, pull them right out, okay? Get rid of them, cut them. And now you're left with a gorgeous, helpful, in it for the long haul, beautifully wonderful webinar that belongs, wait for it, on your website, not YouTube. Oh, look at that. It's like a little gauge or something. Woo, that's fun. I guess it's like Zelda. If I complete the quest, it'll fill up and then I can go home. Or I have to fight Ganon. Next stop, let's go. Next stop, Wistia land. You need to whisk that webinar over to your website with Wistia. But why? Because on your website, you have the power. When with Wistia's video player, you control what folks see. Everything from the play button, where it is on your website, the embed code, the color of the video player itself. You can match it to your brand or your business. Upload custom thumbnails, add helpful chapters, captions for accessibility, so much. You also control what folks do. After, say, you can add CTAs, connect it to your Eventbrite, do an email gate where it connects with your MailChimp or your Constant Contact account so you can grow your list of folks that you want to see your content. You can send them to a contact page. The point is you can get them to do the things that are helpful for you. But perhaps most importantly, with Wistia, they stay on your website. If you embed a YouTube video, they might click through and go back to YouTube, and then you just gotta hope they come back. Just like my family probably hopes I come back from the dead. Oh, yeah. And look, maybe your goal is to grow on YouTube, and if so, fine, but I would imagine that if you're a business or an individual who works at an agency, you probably want them to do more specific things on your website, and that's why Wistia is the best. You know that I'm the cream of the crop. You know, I could just get like a large jar of coins and shake it at you. I feel like that would be all it would take to stop you. And nothing is gonna stop me. All right, fine, but have I at least completed this portion of the quest? Oh, right on cue. All right, so you've got your edited webinar. It's on your website within Wistia, and you're helping people complete some sort of goal. Now let's talk about the parts of your webinar that do actually belong on YouTube. That's right. Hop on. Last stop, the town of searchable, shareable nuggets. Take the best moments from your webinar and stick them on YouTube. I'm talking about the searchable moments. Maybe you have a big name guest or a well-known guest and they say some really gold stuff for 2 to 3 minutes about something that people are actively looking for on YouTube. Now you've got a video called Plumbing Influencer Luke Pipes on how to fix common toilet troubles. So good. I'm also talking about the insightful moments too. Something really relevant and useful for your audience that was said during the webinar. Just take that clip out. Woo! Could be like how to avoid the most common plumbing mistakes or top tricks for troublesome toilets or something like that. It writes itself. Take these clips so they stand on their own. You can add helpful descriptions, thumbnails, search-friendly titles, all that, and then get them on YouTube ASAP. Where's that gauge at, Your Grace? Ooh, there it goes. Oh, what the hell? It stopped at like 95. What's going on here? What else could there possibly be?
Justifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in.
Okay. I guess as a bonus, you could turn these clips and things from the webinar into standalone blog posts, Twitter threads, or LinkedIn updates. Is that? Oh, okay. There it goes.
Is that it? The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Thank you so much. That was weird. I would say, I must have convinced you I wouldn't be here, right? So, if I've learned anything from this experience, I'd say too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know what I mean? And two, I just want to reiterate that if you're going to make a webinar, just be a little bit more thoughtful with what the goals are after the fact. If you just want YouTube subscribers, fine. But you probably want something more for you and your business. So just think about that and repurpose it and put the webinar where it wants to be on Wistia on your website. And sometimes that's enough, but I would imagine that you might be a little bit new to Premiere Pro, and if that's the case, you might feel overwhelmed when you first open it, but I'm here to help you. And I've actually made another video about how to use Premiere as a beginner and how to get used to the different elements and windows and whatnot. So I hope you'll watch that next and snap into a Slim Jim. I'm just kidding, they're gross. Real gross. Look at this cat. Look at what's she doing on my porch? Or what's that, my roof? Bye now.